Hello everyone, my name is Maria Clara and I'm here to present my teaching project. So the very first part is about the school. The school is located in Braunas and it's called Colégio M2 Pampulha. It's in the area of Pampulha and it's a private school. It has an open space, so an open area for the students to use with benches, trees, and swings and toys. I found it a very positive point. They also have TVs, fans, and air conditioners in every classroom, so that's another good point. The school has five English teachers in total, but only one for the Fundamental 2 in the morning and in the afternoon shift. I watched Sexto Anos classes, but the school receives students from kindergarten to high school, so they are around 2 to 18 years old. And since the second year of kindergarten, they are used to have English class every day. So since maternal 3, when they are 3 years old, they have English classes every day. um, at sexto ano, then they are very used to having English classes and to listening to English every day. This school has a coordinator for Fundamental, but they also have an English coordinator for the whole school. So this English coordinator watches classes every 3 months, and then the teacher and the coordinator have a feedback session. What is another interesting point, and this English coordinator is part of Cultura Inglesa team. So Colégio M2 adopts the Cultura Inglesa for schools material that is produced by Macmillan. So I watched Sexto Anos classes in the afternoon shift. They are in total 8 students, 6 boys and 2 girls. Only one of these students has been studying at this at M2 for only 1 year, but the others they have been studying there for over 4 years. So there are 2 students, if I'm not mistaken. They have been part of the school for 8 years. So, as I said, they have English classes every day. They are very used to listening and listening to English and having English classes. The classroom is large, so they can reorganize themselves as they want. So sometimes they sit in groups, sometimes they sit in pairs, and they feel very free to walk around, to talk, and to share their emotions with the teacher. The teacher is very open. He's very nice to the students. So sometimes they talk and tell some news to them and some parts of their daily lives. They share a little bit of their lives with the teacher. And the teacher speaks only in English during the classes, and he uses the textbook. The textbook they use at Sistuano is called Insta English. It started for Fundamental 2. So they use this book at sexto ano. And when they were at the fifth grade, so quinto ano do Fundamental 1, they had the Michigan English test. Um, that test, it's an exam of for 3 parts, of 3 parts. So they had writing, listening, and speaking exams. And they don't have grades like A1, A2, B1, B2. At the end, they have stars, so they know how good they were at each session. So some very positives point I've noticed is that the teacher uses the English book every day, and he speaks to the students only in English. But although the teacher speaks in English to the students, they don't speak in English to the teacher. So that was something that I observed and I found really interesting because they would answer questions, but they say only one word in English. So, for example, the teacher asks, "Okay, Bernardo, answer this question for me, question number five," and they go, um, "Question number five, pergunta número cinco é get." So they only say what is necessary in English. They don't, although they understand everything the teacher is saying, they don't use English in the classroom. Another point I've noticed is that the teacher uses the textbook in every class, but he goes kind of the same for every class. So they have the homework correction or the activities that are intended to be done during the class, but they go in the same way. So he asks one student to answer the question, and then he writes down the answer on the board, and he goes to the next question. And because of that, sometimes I felt the students' engagement was a little bit low. As one student was answering the question, the others were walking around the classroom, they were talking to each other or even doing exercises from other subjects. And as I said, they don't use English very much. So sometimes when they are not paying attention, they don't participate. Only when the teacher calls their name. And because of all these things, students lack a little bit of criticality as well. I felt that they're answering the questions very mechanically, so they're not thinking through it. Although they make some mistakes, they ask the teacher, and they correct. Sometimes they correct on the in the book. Sometimes they don't. But I felt they're not criticizing or thinking critically about what they're doing. So that led me to the question how to increase the students' critical and autonomous use of the target language. For my intervention, I decided to use this part of the book. This is Unit 7. They are going to study about movies and movie types. And the activity I thought goes like this. So I thought about using Cinderella as one of the topics to talk about. There are many versions of Cinderella, and I want to bring two different versions and divide the students into two groups so they can put in order the story. So I'll cut the story in small papers and ask them to put in order, and then tell the other group how different or how the story follows. So after they telling each other how their version of Cinderella is, I'll ask them to have a group discussion talking about some social constructions and some problematic points about this story according to their perspective. So what do they think it's okay or what do they think it's not okay in this story? And then I want them to rewrite the story as it was taking place in today's world. So, how would Cinderella version of 2025 be according to their perspective? So, according to 11 and 12 years old students. With this activity, I intend that students communicate more during class, use their English, because they do understand what the teacher is saying, so they can use their English, but I feel that don't see the point of using it, and they don't feel prepared enough to use it. So I want to show them that they can, and also to engage students to participate during classes. With the group discussion and the rewriting the story part, I intend that students use their critical thinking, that they communicate not only to me as the teacher, but with each other in English. So they use English with autonomy, and they participate as well. So, with all these steps, um, so that was my idea for the intervention. So that was my idea for the intervention. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you for watching.